Rabbi Abramson, who is here this evening with us, and Mr. Poe, Good Tavach, welcome, and thank you for joining the Oorahthon. As Rabbi Abramson is a Torah mate, and his wife is a Torah mate, so it's a family affair. So first of all, welcome, Rabbi Abramson, to the Oorahthon. Good Tavach, and thank you for coming. Mr. Poe, it happens to be, because of Mr. Poe's name, I remember interviewing him 6 years ago on the Radiothon, and I even remember asking him a joke if he was related to Edgar Allan Poe, but he assured me that he's not.
That's right.
Yeah. Quote the Raven, nevermore. But we will see in the next exciting interview that I really have to address Mr. Poe now as Rabbi Poe. And that is going to be one wonderful Oorah story. Let's start from the beginning. Rabbi Abramson, when did you get involved first with Mr. Poe?
So I met Mr. Poe's wife first in 2002, and then shortly afterwards I met Tuvia, and that was back when I was giving classes in Westchester, Pennsylvania for Torah Links, and they very quickly were progressing in their learning and in their observance, and they moved actually over the years. They moved twice, but initially, in order to be able to send their daughter to a from school, and in the end, they had their daughter in Torah Academy in Philadelphia, and she was there for most of grade school.
That's Tuvia?
Yeah,
Tuvia.
Yes.
Tuvia.
And for high school, and today she's in seminary actually at Israel.
Lev Beis Yaakov, right?
Lev Beis Yaakov.
That's
right.
You see, here's an Oorah story. Rabbi Abramson, I know that you had to trick Mr. Poe to get him to be involved.
Trick him
No, my wife did the tricking.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yes.
She wanted me to meet you.
Right.
And the only way that she could get me to be there was to get a flat tire.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So we never know what is going to be the spark plug that's going to get a lifetime involvement. I mean, the two of you now are learning together for how long?
Well, as Torah mates, we've been learning now for
4 years.
4 years.
4 years. And what did you start with learning as Torah mates?
We started with learning Pirkei Avos with Bartanura. One of the goals there was to help Tuvia, aside from learning Pirkei Avos, to help Tuvia build up his reading of Rashi script, which was a weakness that he had at that point. That's where he was holding. When I met him, he couldn't really read Hebrew at all. But at that point, by that time already, he was working on trying to be able to read Rashi script, which was a big issue for him at that point. And Baruch Hashem, since then, he's gone a lot further.
And after Pirkei Avos, what did you learn?
After Pirkei Avos, we tried learning some of the Gur Aryeh on Devarim, but it's very easy to get distracted, and we wanted to be a little bit more focused.
Goal-oriented.
We wanted to, so we recently switched to Derech Hashem.
Wow. And at the same time, Mrs. Poe is a Torah mate with Mrs. Abramson.
That's correct.
What are they studying?
They started with Derech Hashem.
They started with Derech Hashem. They've gone through a number of Sfarim.
So it's really a family affair.
It's very much a family affair.
And throughout, Oorah has been helping you with tuition with Tuvia?
Yes.
You see, and again, here again is where we have the incentive program that if both parents are involved as Torah mates, then you even get more help.
That's right.
See, again, I want the listening audience to understand that Oorah takes your money, 18777 auction, and Oorah.org, and is very careful with the money. In other words, they say, okay, people gave us money for tuition, but we want to make sure that if we're going to give the money, that the child is not just going to go to yeshiva, and then afterwards the child will get lost again. So they get involved with the entire family and make the whole family inspired, which was exactly the situation in your case.
That's right.
And I understand that you how how did you get involved with the smicha program?
Well, I got involved with the Smicha program after I learned Shisha Seder Mishnayos.
Oh, you hear this? You hear this? I mean, this man is amazing. A little while ago, he doesn't know how to read Hebrew. He gets involved with Oorah, and something that everybody in this room would wish they'd be able to do. Finish Shisha Sidrei Mishnah. He finishes Shisha Sidrei Mishnah. I mean, that's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. You're an inspiration to all of us. I asked you on Friday, what was your hardest Masechta? Remember what you told me?
Kedushin.
Why Kedushin?
Because I had to learn it myself.
Isn't that amazing? Well, I would expect him to say Kalim or Eruvin or Yavamas, but Kedushin, because he had to learn it himself. Yeah, I mean, isn't that amazing? And then, how did you become a rabbi?
So after that, I wanted to have another goal, and I wanted to learn Shulchan Aruch. The reason I wanted to learn Shulchan Aruch, I was listening to a tape, a shir online, and Rabbi Kellerman said, he was talking about this great Kabbalah Sefer that's full of eitzes of how to live a holy life. And I said, without hearing the answer, I said, I want to learn that book. Whatever it is that he says this book is, and then he says, Shulchan Aruch.
You know, Mr. Rabbi Poe, what are you going to do next? Become a Rosh Yeshiva?
No.
Yeah.
Just want to...
We need to
Maybe
get him
down the road,
involved.
but that's not next.
We need to get him involved in a branch of Oorah. This man is goal
I just want to learn a little Torah. I just want to figure out how to live a holy life.
Maybe we have a chill zone that he could run or something like that.
I mean, this a chill zone. I mean, this man. He went from Shisha Sidrei Mishnah to becoming a rabbi. But you did, when we spoke, you mentioned something that I think that our audience needs to hear. You see, like later on tonight when we will talk about the Rebbitzins that feel a need for Balei Tshuva and Kiruv people because they a lot of times don't have people that know religious people in their lives to be able to find them a shidduch. You pointed out something to me very interesting, and that is that when you come closer to Yiddishkeit, you lose your social circle, and you need to get a new social circle.
That's right.
And you told me how Oorah provided that for you.
That's right. Two important places where we were able to build up our new social circle. One was in Oorah camp, in the zone. We sent our daughter there, and it was a great experience for her. When she came back from camp, she would say, it's only 10 months till camp. That was how she kept time. And a very influential piece of our life was when we went to Shabbos with Oorah.
You told me the first one was in Asbury Park.
The first one was in Asbury Park, and we made friends there with people that we're still friends today. These are our very close friends. We've been to them for Simchas and Shabbos, and it's throughout both of these things. My daughters made great friends with counselors. The counselors call the house. We happen to be in New York, and need some help, and they invite us over, and we made friends with the counselors' parents. And now we're friends. We've been to Simchas by them.
These are one of the side benefits of an Oorah Shabbos, an Oorah Purim. People meet friends and they develop a religious social network.
That's right.
Now, Rabbi Abramson, there are people out there that might be thinking, maybe I have an hour a week to be a Torah mate. Can you tell our gigantic worldwide audience how, don't be nervous, how being a Torah mate affected and impacted your life?
It's really hard to categorize. I mean, the obvious thing is that there are certain svarim that I don't think I would have learned. I'm learning Derech Hashem now thoroughly and carefully with Tuvia. I don't think that would have happened otherwise. And the way we learn Pirkei Avos, even Pirkei Avos, which of course I had learned before, but to go through it thoroughly and paying attention to every Bartanura, which a lot of people, Bartanura tends to get neglected in Pirkei
Right,
Avos.
right.
And to go through it carefully, but it's more than that. I had a relationship with Tuvia and his wife and his family before we became Torah mates, but the truth is, there's no question that the Torah mates requirement every week, we learned tonight before we came.
Right. This is you start off your week with
Right,
it on
so
Motzei
Motzei
Shabbos.
Shabbos. So that has enabled me to maintain a relationship with Tuvia that is far beyond what I would have had otherwise. And Tuvia, like you said, Tuvia is an inspiration, and he and his wife and his daughter have been an incredible inspiration for me and for my family.
Okay, Rabbi Abramson and Rabbi Poe, I'm looking forward that you should come back with new accomplishments. And again, to all of you out there, if you would like to be a Torah mate, 1-877-TORAH-123, www.torahmates.org.